Hello guys, and welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing great. Just give me a moment. Just making sure that everything is good. And yeah, hope you are doing great. And hello, Maxim Videos. Yeah, you're first. Congratulations, I guess. Okay, so yeah, today we're going to be trying to do something like this. This is actually a piece from I saw on ArtStation. It's by Machine Gun Studios Inc. And if you want to look at their stuff, I'm just going to leave a link in the chat. It's an amazing piece. I just paste it there. It's actually part of their, I don't know, stylized village park for Unreal. Looks very interesting. I just thought I could try it out, see if we can achieve the same look in Blender. That's where you can, in the same link is that's where you can get the reference image if you want to follow along. But yeah, and let's do some quick featured links, and then can jump into the project. So today's featured links is this post I created on how hard is it to learn Blender. I just go through the different things you would need to learn if you are a beginner in Blender. List out a few things and even link videos and how hard it is to learn that specific thing. If you want to learn anything like this, also talk about hard surfaces. I will continue updating this post just to add in a few things. If you want to check it out, links are in the description, or let me just paste that in the chat. And there's also this botanical add-on that I use a lot. It's a library of trees. I think most of you, of my viewers, know I talk about this a lot because I use it a lot. I like it a lot. It has some animated trees, a bunch of trees, vegetation, any type of thing you can think of. If you get this add-on, you won't need any other type of add-on to handle vegetations in your scene. Hello, One Dreams, how are you? And thank you for being second. Okay, then there is True Sky, which is an add-on for generating skies. Look at this amazing sky detail, clouds and everything. Epic stuff. All links are going to be in the description, and these are affiliate links. If you get any products that I've linked here, helps out the channel. But yeah, let's get into today's project of making this. I think with this we're going to do some texturing and texture painting. We'll see. So let's start by blocking out things. I think we're going to be using Eevee for this. Sorry, cycles. Set up everything here. Go to the sky. Let me unpause this. Go to the sky. Set up my sky, and I guess I should also start on my shortcuts here, like that. We need to use a blue sky, so I'll bring that up. Bring this baby point to point 1 for the sky. Okay, let's block out everything. We can start with what would be the river, which is going to be something like that. And I have some sort of. Let me first block out things using cubes. So this is a high ground, and I want it to be slightly rotated. So just select that. Just push it around about there. Now we can have a building here. Now this wheel, which is just a cylinder. Like that. And then this ground, let me just use a plane. Actually, let me just use a cube. I like to block out things so that I know where to spend my time most. You don't want to just randomly focus in different areas. So this, I think I can just see camera can be, I think this can be around here. Let me see. Okay, this could be the wheel should be inside the water, so it should be around there, and this can be like that, and then maybe it should float above the water. How do you get that picture in the bottom? This is you just set up a UV editor and just drag the image in there. Okay, let's have, okay, this has to be pushed back a bit. Yeah, and this should also be raised a bit because it's going to be a waterfall. We'll see how to handle that. Okay, let me grab a cylinder. So these are like pillars to support this building. You work in cycles. Now, I tend to switch between different render engines. So this should be a bit like there, and I think the sun can be rotated to be maybe 180, no, 70. So that is from this direction. What else? Okay. Yeah, let's start with the. Should we start with the lake? What should we? We can start with this building. Maybe let me just grab this. And let's grab a wood material, wood texture. Haven't watched my stream in a while. I'm glad you are back. Hey, Mike Johnson, how are you? How are you? Did you get a new PC? No, I'm still using my old PC. I'm still rocking my old PC. Let's go to textures.com. How are your cubes and stuff? Blue, red, and etc. I just turn on random colors. You just go here. So the default is this. You turn on random colors and they get that random look. Okay, I want all photos. Let's get some wood. What kind of wood would match what we have here? And let me see if I have anything in my texture folders. Let me see, search for wood. Yeah, let's just go with this. And let's create a new material, call this wood. I'll import this texture. Now I don't need all these. This is too much polygons. Let's just use something simple like that. And go to here. Just going to rotate this. Yeah, that's going to be our wooden block. Now we can use this as the roughness at the math node, and maybe even use it as the bump. Connect that to the height. Do you make all your models you use, or do you get them from... I make most of my models. Okay, then let me just add a few subdivisions, because I want this to look a bit organic. So I'm going to turn on proportional editing and just move these edges around until I get something maybe like that. Okay. Okay, now all of these can be... This can use this material. So something like that. And let's create a base for this to stand on. So let me just create a plane. Now you can give this a few subdivisions. I'll give it the same material as this. Control link, unwrap. Just make sure this is facing the right direction. And I can add a solidify modifier. Solidify. Do you make will you be hand painting textures when it's necessary? In some, I'll see where it is necessary. Maybe we could do that, but yeah. Okay, so I'll just use this and maybe add a bevel. Let me apply the scale. So I want to create basically this base here, supporting base. But I don't want it to be even, so I'm going to just do this like this, and maybe rotate it on the X, just to create some supporting pieces, just like that. Have these repeated like that. Another thing we could do, maybe change this from UV to object mapping. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's okay. And I want this to be displaced a bit. So what I'm going to do is just bring in a displacement modifier. I need to go to dinner. I'll be here back soon. No, no problem, man. No problem. I'll be here. I'll add a displacement modifier, but make sure it's above the solidify, and we can create. Let me just show you how it looks here. We can create a clouds texture, which will displace things like that. Let me shade smooth and then auto smooth. But we don't want the displacement. We want the coordinates to be UV. That means let's unwrap this again. That will kind of give us some unordered displacement. Let me see. So just like that. So yeah, imperfections are like that. Should be good. Hey Felix, what's up? How are you? Let me save this as village. So with this, let me scale it down a bit. So with this, I can just duplicate it, and then maybe even scale it. Can we get away with that? So it becomes the base of our building. I think it's a bit too high. To bring that down, and just like that. We can add some grass on this side. So I think I should just first create this river basin. Is it called a basin? River basin. Okay. I'm going to sculpt this. Let's go to sculpt mode. Let me actually first apply the scale, which is always a good thing when you're sculpting. Apply the scale, and we can sculpt this river. These cubes are just there for placement. Hey, right, the gamer, how are you? Glad to see you. I'm just going to I'm just doing school work and watching your stream. Nice, nice, nice. What kind of work are you doing? Come here, turn on Dino Topo, and I'm going to use these, I think, clay strips, is it? Yeah, clay strips, just to sculpt out this river basin. So it should be, yeah, something like this. And I can just make this deeper. And right now we are still in the kind of, I don't know how to call this, but in the compositing phase, in the beginning phase of this. So we don't need to commit too much to anything just yet. So this, we are still in the blocking phase, so we don't have to commit to too much. This can be enough here. Let me just move this slightly like that. Okay. And we can start adding details to this. I'm going to look for some rock material in my library. Let me see, can I use this? Just create a new material, call this river. Import this texture. I can use box mapping for this. Ctrl T. Object mapping. No, should get a better rock material. Let me switch this texture with this. Yeah, maybe this is much better detailed. In the last stream, you said you will check my Discord. I was waiting for you since I think I did check I did check. Maybe you missed it. I checked. Okay, so this is where we are. We can also grab some grass. I think I have, yeah, something like this. Import this image, and I want to create a mask for the river. So I think I can use, let's see, we can use a height. Let me see, what can we use? Can we just use a texture? Can we use coordinates? Maybe normal direction. You can use the normal direction. Use a math node. Try to compare the greater than. No problem, man. I understand. A lot of people can't always be around. So can play with the greater than to see if we can get a good mask for our rock surface. And there is this, I think, under vector, no more. Yeah, this could be a great mask, and we can play with the rotation of this to get a different mask. So this side here, I want it to be the black area. I want it to have the rock surface or rock material, and I think something like that. Can even add a vector math vector, which should be under, yeah, convert vector math. Can play with different, let me see, can I, let's try multiply, maybe, I don't know, let's just use this. So this should give us a nice mask. And we can create two shaders, one for the rock and one for the grass. So this is, well, this is a different ball game from an After Effects user like me. Well, it isn't that difficult. You're just adding one dimension to it. After Effects, you're used to 2D. Here you're adding one dimension, one extra dimension, and yeah, if you have the mind to understand After Effects, this shouldn't be that hard to understand, I think. Okay. Hey, I really like your channel. Do you think it is possible for a single person to recreate an old, like 2022 MMO RPG? What 2022? I'm not sure I know that the game. So yeah, you can see now what we have here. We have created a mask that separates the grass from the rock, and we can play with this to kind of change it a bit, like that. So now we have these shaders. Let me just do some cleanup. We don't really have to do too much. I think this is enough detail. Maybe I can use some roughness here. You know, like from the year 2022. Creating a game by yourself is a lot of work, so you really have to be very good at it. Maybe you can try and let us know if that's possible. Okay, let's add a math node maybe to control the roughness a bit, and add a mix RGB just to control the color of the rock. Maybe we can make it a bit darker or lighter, like that. Let's see. Should we need to edit the image after rendering from Blender to get good look? To re-edit? That depends. Yeah, editing the image in something like Photoshop really helps. Sometimes can be very useful. We can also go back to sculpt mode and let me first pause the render here. Smoothen out. And the great thing now is that this mask is kind of procedural. So let me turn on dynamic painting for a bit here. Let me see. Okay. Shade smooth. Look at that. And maybe I need to pull back the camera a bit. Just about somewhere there. And I also want this area to be lowered. So let me grab that. What coding language do you know? You're asking Martin. What time is it in Uganda? It's 9:13 here. It's 9:13. When do you start? Around 2010. Around 2010. Okay, so let's add a river, and that I'm just going to use a cube, scale it on the X. I want the river to be a bit low. Maybe that's not low enough. Actually, I want the river to be nearly the same width in all areas. So let me just go back to sculpt mode and hey, thank you, Brian, for subscribing. Thank you, appreciate that. So let me come back here. Just make this more, have this nearly the same. Oh, maybe make it wider at this side, this around here, but narrower as it comes closer to the camera. We want to achieve the same look as we have here. So that's crazy, you look skilled. Thank you. Okay, yeah, we have a lake, or our river. And yeah, I need to extend, go back to sculpt mode again, just so I can extend, make it, sculpting the wrong thing. Go back to sculpt mode, turn on Dino Topo. Just make this side bigger so that we have more water that side. So yeah, something like this. Shade smooth. Okay, let's create some grass. I'm just going to use a plane, subdivide it a few times, and apply the scale on these, and give it a shrink wrap modifier. Shrink wrap modifier. Select this so that this is projected onto the surface, and we're going to have our grass on this. Okay, like. Is there any reason behind your channel name? Nah. I'm not very good at naming things, so yeah. I changed my name, the channel name quite a lot, so I found something generic that I know I wasn't going to, I didn't have to change a lot. So I went with that. Hey, Chris Vibe. Thank you. And Hold Focus, thank you. Hold Focus Music. Looking dope, thank you, Damp Dead, thank you. Okay, so we want some grass. like you see here. So I have that. That's why I'm setting up this. Should be short. We can use around 500 hairs, and the turn on advanced and render. Actually, the velocity should be, can set the normal to 0 because I want this to go directly, face directly up like that. I can turn on children. We can use a few like that. And for the hair, let's try, let me call this grass. Let's look at how that looks. Okay, we can try the hair, the principal hair. Do you work in Substance Painter? Yes, I do work in Substance Painter. I think it's the best at texturing, so it's the best option there for texturing, so I do use it a lot. So we have some grass, and I want to change the thickness. So if we go to, I think it's under, let's see, it should be under hair shape. I wish it was under render because it confuses me sometimes. Let's bring the tip 2.5 and maybe the diameter scale to, because right now our grass is it's too thin for my liking. If I do something like that, it should be better. And I'm going to use a noise texture. Noise texture. I use a color ramp. Just blend. Mix whatever color we have here with some noise. It makes it seem like the grass is self-shadowing or has some shadows, which makes it look more detailed. Don't really need that many particles. Okay, so if you look at the particles, let me just close up on the particles. You can see they're quite thick, which is not exactly what we want. But let's work on the material first and see. So the diameter should be, okay, that is too thin. I don't know if you can see from the YouTube compression how this looks, how the grass looks. Change the strand shape. The tip should be 0.1. Maybe 0.3. Yeah. Just make this a bit. Let me just make this more. Let's use a diffuse, a simple shader instead of using the hair shader. A diffuse and then a translucent shader. So just simple like that. And let me look at this. Now we don't need to see the emitter, so I'm going to go to the display properties here and change the visibility to Camera off. Actually, in the instancing, remove it completely. And we need more particles. Let's do 500. And you can increase the radius a bit. Now, if you want the same color as this, we can do that. Maybe something like that. Now we can also go back to the children, turn on some roughness. That's too much. Maybe 0.1, just a bit of roughness. Some randomization, and yeah, I think I need to go back to the hair diameter, maybe reduce that a bit. Yeah, I'm okay with that. First pause, scale this on the X. Particle roughness in the render settings, you mean? Okay, let's increase the particle count here. I think that's looking fair. Okay. Size variation. That would be a random size here. Okay, so we have grass there. We should also do it on the left. Just going to duplicate this, move that on the left as well. Let's see. I think that's okay. Can bring some of this up here, just like that. No, we're good. Now for the water, we have this. I want it to also look a bit like this, so I'm going to start with a new material. Let me call this water. I can use I want it to be a bit blue, like that, with some roughness. No roughness. And the transmission should be up. So if we turn this on, we have something like that. Let me try using a glass shader. Give this a nice blue tint, and you can also use volume absorption to affect the color of the water. Now we can add some displacement using a noise texture. I can scale it on the X a bit. Use that as a bump. Try my version. My mix glass with transparency and freshener as a factor, and 2 colors. Oh, I know what you mean. The input, I usually like to use the layer weight instead of the Fresnel, because makes glass glass and transparency. Never actually tried that. Let's see. Glass and transparency. So full transparency would actually work, I think. Especially if you have some absorption. So let me see. Let's switch these. Maybe add a color ramp between here. Yeah, maybe that would work. Okay, let's start focusing on the buildings a bit. I like this brick material here, though it looks like it's actually it's not just a texture. It looks like it's an actual material or actual geometry. Hey, thank you, Faman Ahmad. Thank you. So let's try that. I think if we start with a plane, or if we start with a cube, like this, I'm going to create a new material, call it brick, and I have a brick material I was looking at, brick texture I was looking at, that had some great detail. Maybe we can use that. Let me see, can I try this? Especially one with good resolution, because I just want to sample some of the bricks. Yeah, let me just go with this. See. Thank you, Oscar Fuso, for subscribing. I appreciate that. Okay, so if I bring in this texture, all I want is to make a couple of textures. Let me first switch to this image here. Brick. Yeah, this I can just do projection mapping. I just make sure that this brick is using that texture. Maybe you can also use that as the roughness. Add a math node. So I can just maybe give this a bevel. Let me just apply scale like that. Have another copy, Shift D, this time sample a different brick, Shift D, sample a different brick, Shift D, sample a different brick, and Shift D again to sample a different brick, like that. Because if you look at the original image, I'm just looking at this. Let me see where I just pin this. You can see that this wall looks quite detailed, so that's what I'm trying to do. Then I'm going to just create a wall, plain like this. Let me apply the scale on this and give them a collection called bricks, like that. And maybe we can do a particle system here, particle system. I like that. And use, if you go to the render, we can use a collection called the brick collection. I like that. And I want to vary the height a bit. So that means I might want to, should I subdivide this? Let me see. I want to first get a correct rotation for this. Maybe go to the turn on advanced, and under rotation, let's try global Y. Yeah, global Y like that. Now we don't need, actually we can have this wall also have the brick material, just like that. Now if we have ambient occlusion turned on, you can see the effect I'm going for here. Let me let's go back to cycles for a bit. Think, go back here. We can how do you use cable camera? Flying shots in scene. I'm not sure I understand what cable camera is. That we want some variation in height. So what I'm going to do is get a few of these bricks at different heights, and hopefully that variation will come through. So some of these bricks should be at different, yeah, I think, yeah, that's good. Can even come back to these, use individual origins and squish them so that we have the same aesthetic like that. I think that's a good look there. Let me see, how many do we need? Okay, we can now start making the wall. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Divyank Jane, thank you for subscribing. You can render that and use as a texture. Render this as that and use it, but it won't capture the shadows that I want to capture. And that's why I went with this. Okay, now the rotation changes here, so let me change it as well. So object X, object Y, object Z, no. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I think that is going to look great. I can make this longer. I can even remove this now. I can increase the particle count. So that's one side. Shift D, that side. I shouldn't have removed this building. So this is times times 2 actually looks nice. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, sometimes sometimes textures can't beat geometry, man. That's something I've come to find. So when you can do geometry, do that. Okay, so that's the wall. And now let's do the top part, which is going to be a texture. I'll separate that. Let's create a wall that has a window so that we can use it everywhere. Let's just get a plane. Let me get a wall. Let me see if I have a wall material. Concrete. Let me go to my asset library. Let me do a brick wall. Wall texture. I have about 10 years of experience, I think. My car is not drifting automatically in rig a car add-on. Have you tried to contact the creator? Maybe he can help you. Hello, Housey. Thank you for subscribing. I'm looking for a texture that would work for this wall here. And maybe let's go to textures.com. See if they have any wall texture that we could use. Yeah, this is good. It has exposed brick in some areas. I like and this is also good. So let me see. Let me get this. Let me get this. Create a new material, call this wall. Hey, thank you guys for 60 likes. Really appreciate that. Bring this in. Yeah. That's it. Sometimes you don't have to do too much for these. A simple texture is enough. Thank you, Sadan Ozi for $3, man. Thank you. Juicy stuff. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you a lot. And let me add a cube. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. I want to have this red brick here. So let me see if I have any brick texture. Brick. Hi, I'm watching you from Morocco. Hey, how is North Africa? How is Morocco? It's one of the best places in Africa I want to visit. Okay. I want to get some brick texture, red brick texture. And such. This again. Let me get this. let me create a new material, call this red brick, Control L, assign, and I think I'm just going to use cube project and import this texture, use it as the base and the roughness. Cube project, yeah, something like that. Me too, get that Moroccan kofta and shisha. Yeah. Are you from Morocco too? You're saying you're from Morocco too? Nice. I think that's the first place that on my list when I start traveling that I should check out. Must be a nice place. Let's get a window texture as well. Hello, Fauzi Harry. I'm looking for some window texture we can use here that resembles this. I don't want to model everything. Textures are a great way to add detail without doing too much. I think this could work. And this also. So let me get this, create a plane here, call it window. Like bong, nice. Okay, yeah, scale this down to this size of the window. Just trace it out with geometry like this. Now extrude. Just putting in detail, push that in. I think I can just grab these faces here. Okay, I think I need a subdivision here. This face, insert them individually, then just line them up. Let me just, it doesn't have to line up too perfectly. Okay, so we have this as a complete wall. Now you can even be more detailed and just add some wood detail. Oh man, Ian Hubbard, I am Omar Ian Hubbard stuff. Yeah, yes, this is a technique Ian Hubbard uses a lot. Just a way to get good detail without doing too much details, without doing too much modeling. Nice stuff. So just going to try and do that here. Okay, so we can duplicate this. I think I just have the origin there. Rotate this 180. Like that, and then just duplicate and duplicate this. Yeah, just going to grab this log, make it more thicker. Like that. Grab this. Just so I think I come here, see if I can create that arch door. Yeah, I was afraid it wouldn't look good with the details, but I think it's okay. I think we should pick up pace maybe. The things are moving very, very slow for me. Let's create this roof. And I think to make the process a bit faster, I'm just going to borrow some houses we created from previous streams. So that we have something to show, especially for the people who are just getting into the stream. Yeah, just replace these. So this is a house we created yesterday in the live stream. Just going to reuse it here. Otherwise, this project is going to take way longer than I want. Let me grab some rock material. Let me start with this. Replace this here. These are rocks I got from Megascans Quicksaw. Okay. A point light there. put in some lights. I think having some orange lights like in the reference is going to be helpful. Let me get an arch. Maybe something like this for this door, because to define the door more easily, because right now it doesn't really show that this is a door. Let's see, do I have a roof? Just going to reuse stuff we made previously. To finish this in a reasonable time. Use the same material as this, unwrap. I'm just going to use thank you Phoenix Sword for subscribing, I appreciate that. Why is this like this? Interesting. Just trying to take as many shortcuts as I can to finish this project. See. Reusing some assets from previous projects. We have this whole wheel already, so let's reuse it. Maybe the sun can be elevated. Maybe, no? Yeah, something like that. And think, let me bring a light, area light around here. Just add in more houses. You have made that wind power system. The windmill. I think so, yeah, I've done that. Yeah. The materials need to be adjusted a bit. So that is more visible. See? Okay, not bad. Yeah, maybe we can add some mountains. Way back there. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Epic World. I appreciate that. Thank you for the beats. Gotta call it for the night. Thank you for the super chat as well. Thank you. Let's see what else. I think I underestimated how much work this piece would require. Good job, thank you. Let's get some fog or volumetrics. Okay. I think my camera angle is too direct. Maybe that's why my scene looks a bit different. Just making a few changes in different areas. How about we put in design challenge? Let's challenge. Nothing fancy, something simple. A weapon challenge. It would be nice, but the issue is that people don't watch live streams like that. I've tried them before, creating weapons and stuff like that. Now let's try just throwing around different buildings, merging them into this, and see if we can get something interesting from this. And since it should be darker as the distance increases. You think so? Okay, let me see here. Okay, starting to get a bit interesting. Just going to try and merge everything I have into something interesting. Just grab this. Make the wall like 0.01. Okay, Blender is freezing. Make sure I'm saving a copy. How many faces? I don't think we have too many, but yeah, the textures I think are getting heavy. I think 0.01 is a bit too low. And this building here think could be more on the left. Can move it to the left and call it building 1. And thank you, Nicori, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Let me just push this to the side here. Let's see. We could do these sort of rapids. I don't know. Do I have... I've created waterfalls before. Might have forgotten to add them back, to add them to the library. Hello, I was usually watched on time shift, but now on live. Thank you for joining us. It looks pretty good, but yeah, the texture are pretty big and making it laggy. Yeah, let me see if I can fix that. Up 26, and let me try optimizing them. That's the point. You could have used directional light on the mode. Look, just sky would have been darker, but it's good. Let me optimize the textures a bit so that we can free up some resources, and the viewport should be more responsive. Takes a few seconds to do that. After that, we should be great. Now, it's taking a minute. Yeah, it will make the process much. It's done. Now we should be able to preview this in Eevee without too much lag. Let's see. Look for more houses we can use. Looks incredible. Thank you. Maybe add a tower. Have this tower we could use in the back. Maybe a few of these. Let's see how that makes this look. Yeah, maybe we can make it look like we have some sort of castle in the back. Maybe how that adds some visual interest. Oh, and this here. Maybe some flowers. Have these roses. I think we used them in the last stream. You see me. Let me just add a shrink wrap here. Actually, we don't need this to be that. We can just use a plain, just to have some flowers on this, and we can just make sure this is above this, and yeah, I want some flowers. Mixed into the grass on both sides. Let me duplicate this house so that it can light up this area. And actually, let me use an area light here, because I want Did you use an add-on to do that? Lower the texture size? Yes, yes. I'm using the quick functions add-on. Just scales down all 4K textures or anything above 2K down to 2K. So anything above 2K and above, it just scales it down. So if you have any 4K, 8K textures, it's just, yeah, gets them down to something more manageable for Blender. We use some rocks. Some blocks here. Just actually, you can just use some random shapes. I want to create a path, a footpath that goes up here like that. So let me subdivide this a few times. I can use a shrink wrap. Hey, this is a quick way to make a footpath. Let me show you here. Just do that like that. Isolate this for a second. Apply this shrink wrap so it looks like this. Then you can use subdivision surface. Apply that so you have a wireframe that looks like that. And then you can use a decimate modifier. We did this last time, but I think we used geometry nodes. Actually, I think I had a lot of subdivisions for. So let me decimate again. Yes, something around there. Apply, and then I can just insert individually, and invert the selection, delete everything else. You might have some weird artifacts like that, remove them, add subdivisions, and then solidify above the subdivisions. And that should be a good footpath. And go to edit mode, just scale this individually up so that they are more visible. And thank you, Squain had subscribing. Sorry, butchering your name. Yeah, the grass should be shorter. This grass should be a bit shorter, so let me make it shorter so that our footpath can be visible. Using flowers was a good idea. Thank you, thank you. Bot in water. Scene is coming together, by the way. Bot in water. I think we should add a bot. Actually, yeah, you know, the water looks good. I think it's a bit close to what this looks here. And maybe we can also do this footpath. Thank you, Dato Salads, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Let's see, can I bring the water level down even further? Maybe that's too low. And change some of these materials a bit. Let's add some barrel. Thank you, Messi Murphy, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Maybe another one floating in the water. And I think one thing we could do is take advantage of the ambient occlusion and just add a highlight around the edges of the water. So let's come in here, bring in the ambient occlusion node. Now add a color ramp. Okay, something like that. Now we just need to use that as a mix for the, so this is our, try, this is our Fresnel effect. I want to blend it. Do I want to do that? I think I can just have another diffuse shader here, blend it with this, and just have a fuck this here. I can give this so it looked like that before. Now we have something like that. I think it looks better there. Window glass is to diffuse. Oh, you want it to be, should be more reflective? Okay. I like the small reflections in the water there. Makes it look quite good. Okay. And just pause this. I think the windows can just get a different material altogether. I'm just going to give them a new material. Just a dark, very reflective material like that. Should be good. Just like that. I want to make this kind of waterfall. So let's see if we can achieve it. If we have a plane with a lot of subdivisions, I think we can give this a displacement texture, clouds, just scale it in one direction and bring up the displacement, and the noise should be quite large. Maybe even apply the displacement and just something like that. Then bend half of it. So I think I can just use a proportional editing. Just do something like that. And I just give this a solidify. Yes. have that. In terms of proportional editing, just can we do 2? Maybe give this glass like a shader glass material. Let me see how this looks in Eevee. Looks like water, but not rapids. We can use some noise texture. Think a blend of 2 different. Thank you, Athena, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Let's go this. And guys, thank you for the 112 likes. Appreciate that as well. Okay. I want to make this look like a waterfall, so like in the example or in the reference image. So anything that we can use to do that. So maybe that, and I can use an emission shader. Mix transparency with diffuse, elongate noise factor. Transparency with diffuse? Or do you mean like glass? Because would the transparency give us any good results though? Yeah, because I think that gives us, makes it seem like flowing water. Yes, see? I think we can copy some of these nodes onto here, onto this. It's not copying, but that's okay. No, and maybe a transparency would not be too bad. Let's try that. Transparency instead of transparency. We don't want it to be too transparent. Maybe we can mix the transparency with a diffuse. Give it, yeah, some color like that. Maybe this is should be glossy instead of just a diffuse, so that it can capture some nice reflections. maybe glass DSF with 1.3 glass. With 1.35. I think it's okay there. Let me get some volume of fog for this area here. Let's see. Okay, let's add some lamps and ropes around this. Let's see, fence. I think we can do these poles here. Just going to grab this, duplicate it a few times. Here, here, just around this. Then I'm going to use a curve object. Just extrude it on each pole that we have. I think I can just use vector, subdivide. Now the middle ones can use aligned and then pulled. Of course they don't. Thank you, JYD757. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, then these middle ones can just use automatic. Pull them down, so we can give this, make it seem like it's a rope. I think you can also just give it a wood material. Just rub these. Let me find a lamp. What about lantern. This is this, because I want some sort of way to light up the river, so I'm just going to use this. Origin to geometry, yes, something like that, and I can add a point light in this. I think I can center these, give them a collection, call it lantern. And I can instance that on here. Thank you, Nick Rove, for subscribing. Had a big starry image as a plane in the background. Starry, what do you mean starry? Like a star? Hello, 360 era. How are you? It's adding these lamps everywhere. I can go back to the lantern collection. Look at this. This is supposed to be like that. Night sky. Can you give some tips on learning geometry nodes? Yeah, I think the easiest one is just watch a lot of tutorials, and geometry nodes is still changing a lot. So yeah, only tutorials are going to help at this stage. Stars. Let me see. Stars. Hello everyone, I miss Blender. Blender Lives. It's been a while. I paused using Blender, but I'm back, and this is so damn good. Thank you, Graphics Zone. Thank you, appreciate it. And yeah, you should get back into Blender. And it's amazing. Okay. Let me look at all the lights we have in the scene. Shift G, type M lights, except for the lantern light. I don't want that to be shifty type lights. Don't want that one off just yet. So that's how things look without any lighting. I can do thank you, Luca Frigo, for subscribing. Let's add some clouds. This one should be dark clouds. Because it's I'm going to be a bit brown, a bit golden. Thank you, Graphic Zone, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I want to increase. Let me see. 25. Let's try 30 for the elevation. Trying different lighting conditions just to see how things look. Let's bring this light down. Thank you, Kujo, for subscribing. Really appreciate you guys for subscribing. Appreciate it. And thank you for the 129 likes. Thank you. Is this Javia? Javia, I'm not sure what Javia is. Thank you, Mr. Frankie, for subscribing as well. Thank you. Very nice work. I'm starting my Blender journey soon. I don't have any artistic experience, so it seems so difficult. That's what you think at the start of your journey. Everyone started like that, but you progress. That's how everyone started, I think. Hello, I'm still a little new to Blender, but saw this and enjoying the show. Thank you. Who's speaking? The voice is familiar, but can't tell exactly who is it. Huh? I'm sure I understand. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. And if you are new here, let me just show you some of the renders we made from previous videos. This one was the last one, and we also made this. What else? We also made this. This is a nighttime scene of. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mikhail Costa, for subscribing. That was a night scene of which one? Of this here. Yeah. Let me see. What else did we make? We also made that. This was Photoshop retouched. I added some clouds, but the final render from Blender looked like this. Let's see. Other projects. These were, I think most of these were live streams. This. So we do some fun stuff here. Let's go back to this, and yeah, I was still trying to see the lighting. Do you sell your models? Any free ones? I'm working on a game. Always appreciate sharing their works. Yes, I do sell my models on Patreon and CG Trader, but I also do occasionally upload some free stuff. You can go to blender everything. The night is my favorite till now. Yeah, I kind of did like that, like the night one, the night version as well. It came out surprisingly better than I thought. Yeah, so if we have some free models on my website, go to Blender Everything. I just that page, you can see some of the free stuff there. I'm planning to upload a few more free stuff. Just getting lazy a bit, but yeah, I'll be uploading more stuff there. And I also have uploaded a ton of other stuff. I just don't have links for them right here, right now. But looks amazingly realistic, cinematic. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to the lighting a bit, and so that's just look at how each additional light is adding to the scene. Okay, I think this image, this is a bit too bright, so let's try lowering that down, and this as well can be lowered down, maybe something like that. Thank you, Dadune, for subscribing. Appreciate that. And Mikhail Costa, I don't know, sometimes I forget who I've thanked and who I've not. Kujo, thank you as well. Okay, let's see. Let me get a bot. Let's add in a bot at the side here. And let's also create this small bridge. It's very simple, so why not? Actually, we can even just reuse this piece here. Let's make these logs longer. And these we can rotate individually. Space them a bit. Actually, I can just, because they do have a lot of subdivision, so there. Thank you, Pablo Valenti. Thank you for subscribing. Yes. Let's look at this. Bridge is too high. Should be a bit low, like that. I think the ambient occlusion I have for the water is a bit too much. Yeah, this should be even smaller than. Thank you, Vicent. Thank you. Low volume. How about now? think I'm going to grab this. This area looks a bit more empty than I want it to be. Cut. Our signature cut. Maybe walking on the bridge, crossing the bridge. Do you work with a mouse? Yes. I think my mouse might be too big. I was working on some terrains and my hands feel numb now. How big is your mouse, man? Because I thought mouse had all mouse mice. Are they called mouses? Mice have a standard size. I thought they all had a standard size. Our volume is good. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, Matthew, for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you, Joseph2475, for subscribing. I think we can add more houses in the back. Have this. You can turn this into a big town with lots of buildings. And you can add area lights like this facing up, just to make it seem like we have lit up streets. Let's see. Yeah, we want our city to extend. Thank you, George Cavaras, for subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me do display viewport wireframe, so that I can grab some of these lights, have them up there. I see. I think what we are lacking now is vegetation. our lantern lost its light. A glowing tree and particles would make the scene fantasy. A glowing tree with a... I have a tree that glows. Tree. Could you make more anime background animation tutorials? Sure. Try and do that. Hello, Dante. Glad to see you. Okay. Oh, we need more lights in different areas. So duplicate these. Thank you, AK. Thank you. I'm glad to see you as well, Dante. Yeah, these lights should have varying hues. Shouldn't have the same hue. Thank you for linking the Discord, man. Thank you. It's starting to look like a town of some sort. I like how this barrel looks in the water. Let's see. What else do you guys think I can add? Yeah, I was looking for some trees. About vegetation. Are you a freelance animator? Not really, but I guess you can call me that. I don't really do commissioned work anymore. I mostly just maintained my online shop with models, but I rarely do any commissioned work. Takes too much time. Oh, need to be able to see this. Hey Pomath, thanks for subscribing. Does anyone here like the new Lord of the Rings? I haven't watched it that much to make a judgment. Do you like it? Hey HF Gwet. Tree glowing leaves. I have this tree. I think I've used it before in a different project. Thank you, Bim Bam Boom, for subscribing. Let's see, might be missing some textures here. Let me see. I think I just need an area light. Which add-on are you using for the library? I'm using my own add-on. It's called the Asset Library. What such add-on as? No, this is my own add-on, and it's on my Blender Market website. Let me see. Can I exclamation mark add-ons? Is that, or is it under shop? Yeah, that's where you can get the add-on if you want it. It's nothing like the original, but even not good on its own. I think I missed what you mean there. Okay, is it free? No. I sell it to as a way to supplement my income, because sometimes YouTube income is not enough. But, let's see. Thank you, the Redstone guy. Thank you for subscribing. I have some rays. It's good rays. I think I could use to spice up stuff here. Let's see. Maybe we can add that in Photoshop or something. Oh, you're talking about the new Lord of the Rings? You don't like it? It is nothing like the original, but even not good on its own. Ah, yeah, I've had mixed reactions about it. But, I want to watch it and see, but I will first wait uh, until Game of Thrones is done, and then I can watch it. What about the scenes? Are they good? I saw a clip of a fight scene that was animated, and people were complaining that it wasn't good, and it wasn't as good. At least the animation bit wasn't good. I think I need to switch off a few of these lights. Let's see. Thank you, Just D, for subscribing. CGI is amazing. Landscapes and the kingdoms top notch. I guess I will watch it for that at least. At least there is something I can enjoy. Oh, let me see. Can I make this blue? No? It's okay. Just going to go on and change the hue of some of these lights. Hello, Safa. How are you? And welcome to the channel. Okay. Color grade and contrast. Okay. Quick functions. What do you guys prefer? A more flat image like that, or high contrast? Sometimes I like to go through these colors. Now that doesn't look bad. The contrast is quite high. I have a few presets I've made. Some of these, let me first reset the gamma here. Yes, go through some of these presets. I'm really excited for the... does anyone know if there is any progress on the viewport compositing that is supposed to come to Blender? Haven't had anyone talk about it in a while. That gives me a painty feel. Let's see. Contrast. Alright, yes, reset. So that's actually not bad. It's as high contrast, low contrast. It has that painty feel that I'm starting to like. And the waterfall is finally looking good to me. Now maybe we can make the water look more green? No? More blue maybe. You like the high contrast? No new news. It was something very exciting. I don't know. Let me see. Blender viewport compositing, real-time compositing. So the last update was in what is the month of 7? Is that July? It will really be fun to see. Nothing new yet. So I think this is going to be it. I've exhausted every idea I can add to this project. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for being around, and thank you to anyone who is new, who has subscribed and liked. I appreciate that. I think I'm going to end the stream here. I'll be posting the final render in the community tab. So before we go, let's do a Discord chat, a Discord look and see what's up there, what you guys are up to there. Yes. Let's see if there is anything. Ah, yeah, we saw this first time from Raj. Nice piece. Unknown. Ah, those are some nice looking materials. Nice. Okay. Oh, look at that. Amazing concept. And really looks great. And great texturing there. I think I've seen this, have I? Yeah, this. This is amazing. I've seen this already on Twitter. It's just amazing how much you can do with Blender, man. Just epic. Yeah, did I see this? Oh. Good scene, great scene, great scene. Only thing I would change is this hash line here. Maybe make a wet texture here, a wet mask here, to show that the water is a bit. I guess I should take my own advice and maybe do something for this here. Make where the water contacts the surface a little bit wet, and maybe add some grass